Hello everyone, I am Camila Sarmento and I am talking about with you gender diversity and community smells, a double replication study on Brazilian software dreams. In the composition of the research teams, we have Tiago Massoni, Alexander, Gemma, Damian, and Fabio. So let me introduce you the context of this paper. As you know, the research community has a long observed and proven that social depths in software teams can have adverse effects on software quality. In the literature, you can observe that suboptimal organizational structures and may lead lead the emergence of social debt. And To analyze the social debts, we have indicators that are connected to them that we call the community smells. And at your paper, we consider four community smells. The first one is organizational silo that occurs when a team member do not communicate with each other except for one or two of the respective members. For Black Cloud, it's when an excessive information overload to lack of structured communication. For Lone Wolf, that occurs when an unsanctioned or defiant contributor carry out or they work with little consideration of the peers and the decision and communication, so they work alone as well. For radio silence, it's when one member interposes herself into every formal interaction across two or more communities with little or no flexibility. So, how to mitigate of those community smells? So, previous studies analyze the factors and studies, this one by Catalino et al. Showed how factors related to team composition, particularly gender diversity, could correlated to mitigate it. So these are the original papers that we replicated to observe the context of the results in Brazil. So we did two research questions. The first one was what the relevance of gender diversity to mitigate the communal smells that correspond to first paper replicated, and what the main action we could did to mitigate it that corresponded to the second one paper. And we use variables of interest that was gender and refactoring strategies and variables of controls that was experience and team size. To the data collection and sampling, we used a survey composed by vignettes with closed and open questions. The closed and with liked scale questions that was from not all important to very important that we ask about gender diversity, developer experience, and team size. And for the open questions, we asked about the motivation for the classification and suggestion for additional factors that might help to mitigate the problem. So, as the methodological sampling stretches, we done it in a filed context, and the sample we use a mixed approach that was convenience. Uh, the convenience approach, we selected participants based on the available, the closed ones, and the referral chance. Also, we can call this snowball sampling. We asked the respondents to inviting someone in the population of the software development teams, and they know the people that they know in the filed context to answer or survey. So to analyze the data, as we did in quantitative and qualitative analysis. For quantitative, we did the statistical test by sampling groups to observe the difference, and qualitative, we based on the perspective of the code book that was on the second applied article. And we did the process to analyze the qualitative data in three cycles. The first one was prior coding, that was four authors who did the coding the data. In the second cycle, two other coders acted to moderate the conflicts, and still we applied the Delphi approach to resolve the remain conflict. This methodology is more detailed in our article. So for the results, we can see that although the original and replicated data have distributed opinions, the categorization of the results do not diverge. The original paper concluded that the participants do not perceive gender diversity as a important factor to mitigate the community smells, whose effects is squarely applied in Brazil. However, we can highlight um, the experience factor that was more evidence how it's important in Brazil, as well how the community smells. So, as the main results, you can see that the partner repeats, and is generally considered that gender is the less important factor to mitigate it. But we have a positive effect size against experience and same size. To answer our second research questions about the strategies, we have for the four community smells, we can see by order of priority at your paper, but as principal results, we have for organizational silo, has structured the community smells. Oh, sorry, has structured the community of the development teams. Uh, for example, splitting the larger teams into smaller ones. For example, for Black Cloud, we indicated to creating a communication plan, learn of mentoring, and radio silence restructure the community as well, the radio organizational silo. So, to the traits of the validity, the same material provided by the replicated studio as used, and the pilot survey we did with four participants to consider our translation to Portuguese as well. And we use five experts in the field participating in the coding process. So future work, you can consider another community smells associated with gender diversity and observe more carefully the factors of experience beside another aspects of gender diversity or diversity in general. So thank you for watching, and if you want it, you can contact me. Thank you for this, and bye bye.